The headlines: alleged attack on Given Lubinda sparks outrage. ECZ rules out further extension of voter registration beyond 26th November. ZNS RDA begin constructions of 23 million kwacha Akro Bridge in Shikabeta. NGO CC to boost women, youth, and disabled candidates ahead of 2026. Power Dynamos ready for CAF group stage clash against RS Berkane, says Mutapa. Good evening. My name is Kondulani Jose and welcome to the news on Muvi TV. And now, the news in detail. The alleged attack of former Justice Minister Given Lubinda has sparked strong condemnation from political leaders and the public, with many calling it un-Zambian and undemocratic. Reports indicate the incident occurred while Mr. Lubinda was attending a meeting with party officials. Gradeford Mondo described the event as evidence of thuggish tendencies with the UPND. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbu confirmed that Mr. Lubinda was quickly rescued by police and is now safe.
So saddening that an elderly citizen, a man who has served this country at various levels, up to cabinet minister, that is a senior citizen, that he can drive such action just because the man is meeting his instructions, to encourage them on how to vote, to encourage them on how to live democracy, to organize the party. This, what is happening, should not happen. And I want to call upon the leadership of the country that in the remaining 2 months, you can change the narrative by doing the correct thing. But just when Zambians are expecting to see a different change out of thuggery and your cadreism, which you've been denying for over 5 years, it has been a very violent party with all cadres. And they refuse this. But I'm glad that last week we saw how the members of parliament and their cadres have gone out celebrating that they have officially introduced.
President Hakainde Hichilema has assured China that Zambia's position on the One China policy remains firm, saying the two nations must continue on a progressive path that has defined 6 decades of cooperation. Speaking during bilateral talks with Chinese Premier Li King at State House on Thursday morning, President Hichilema says both countries have achieved a great deal together over the past 60 years and must build on that partnership.
We've had a bilateral relationship spanning now over 60 years. And through the years, guided initially by our great leaders, Chairman Mao, President Kaunda, we have done a lot between the people, China and Zambia, government of China, government of Zambia, and also cooperated at the international level. I want to underscore the landmarks, some of the landmarks of this cooperation. The Tazara Corridor, Tazara Railway Line, which was constructed in the 70s, at a time when China was not as successful as it is today. But the Chinese people took a decision to support their brothers and sisters in Zambia in constructing the rail line to open Zambia's trade onto the sea, the Indian Ocean, having had the southern route closed because of the colonial era issues. So we want to thank China, Premier, for that. Our partnership continued in many ways, in many sectors, and truly today preceded by a landmark decision that we made in 2023 when I and my delegation visited China, Beijing to be specific, and we upgraded our relationship to a comprehensive, strategic, and cooperative partnership. Great achievement indeed. The highest level of our partnership advancement. And since then, and following the FOCAC in 2024, we've done a lot together. And we want to express our gratitude for this deepening cooperation and what it brings. We can confirm that we are walking the path carved by Chairman Mao and President Kaunda. And we, the subsequent leaders in China, in Zambia, must continue walking this path because it's a progressive path. It's a path of common interest for us, acknowledging the one China policy, which is very important. And we maintain that position. Us walking the path that will offer opportunities, great opportunities for our citizens, jobs, business opportunities, and the like. Premier,
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, says it will not extend the voter registration exercise beyond 26th November, despite the high turnout recorded in recent days. Chief Electoral Officer Brown Casaro has urged eligible citizens who have not yet registered to take advantage of the remaining days, warning against waiting until the last minute. He says the Commission has boosted access to registration centers by deploying officers to busy public points, including ShopRite stores, as part of interventions under the current extension period.
Following the high turnout of eligible citizens at most registration centers towards the end of the initial 30-day period of the registration of voters exercise, the Commission extended the mass registration of voters exercise to 26 November 2025. Today, therefore, is the 9th day of the 15 days extension period, which is running from 12th November to 26th November 2025. It is expected that during this period, as many eligible Zambians as possible will show up to register as voters. I wish to appeal to members of the public who are not yet registered not to leave their registration to the last minute, but to take advantage of this period of extension to register as voters at the nearest registration center. I also wish to state that the Commission will not extend the registration of voters exercise beyond the 26th of November 2025. During this extension period, the Commission has increased accessibility to registration centers by deploying registration officers at high traffic and convenient locations. To this effect, and among several other interventions, the Commission has partnered with ShopRite Zambia that has seen ShopRite stores across the country serve as voter registration points during the 15-day extension period. Since this exercise was extended to ShopRite outlets, many Zambians have since applauded the initiative, and we have seen numbers of people showing up at these ShopRite points to register as voters. In terms of new registrations and updates, the total for both new registrations and updates recorded during the first 30 days of the registration exercise stood at 2,210,056. Let me emphasize here that this is the total for both new registrations and updates. Remember, I indicated that the new registrations were 1,028,503, while updates stood at 1,181,503. So putting these two figures together, the total for both new registrations and updates stood at 2,210,056. Once again, of these, the first-time voters stand at 1,028,503. Please note that all the figures presented above for both new registrations and updates are provisional and subject to verification.
The Zambia National Service, ZNS, and the Road Development Agency, RDA, have embarked on the construction of a 23 million kwacha acro bridge across the Rusemfwa River in Shikabeta Chiefdom, a development expected to boost trade, ease mobility, and improve access to essential services in the remote Luano region. Speaking during the launch, ZNS Commander Lieutenant General Maliti Solochi says the bridge will serve as a lifeline for thousands of residents, linking Shikabeta and Mbosha chiefdoms and helping farmers transport produce, ease school children access education, and communities reach healthcare facilities.
Ensure that this place has an acro bridge so that people and goods can start crossing very well. And like you have mentioned, economically, this road is very, very important. And also it is a way of trying to decongest Great East Road so that eventually there is a tarmac here. So the president said before all these things are done, he actually gave me up to end of October. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I think I've not failed him. The only thing that we found was that the terrain, like my General Chief of Land Development has mentioned, the terrain here was very bad. Immediately I was given instructions, I quickly got in touch with him. Engineer has the board chair of RDA, who actually quickly also directed RDA to release the components that which are up there, that we should start picking them. The same day, the following day, my general here, we organized and we brought everything here. I reported back to the commander-in-chief. He still told me, move with speed. You are military, you are not civilians, and you are a force for development. You should show that you are a force for development. It is not just to sit in the office and do the work from there. You must be on the ground, and you must make sure that you are moving everywhere in the country. If you saw, I was in Northern Province, also where we have made an assessment of the Chambesh Ring Road, which actually is also receiving much attention. We want to do that one, and even this one, following the instruction of the Commander-in-Chief, we are here, and also to assure the people here that this bridge will be done in record time. We are working with RDA. I think the board chair is very much somebody you can rely upon. He didn't even delay, and we are here. As we are here, I want to assure you, the PS, that we will work, we will mobilize the other equipment now that is needed to start. Once the surveyors are done, with whatever is to be done, from the little resources, we shall start as ZNS, and working in conjunction with RDA, the people are going to fund this work here. We will make sure that this place, before close of December, the bridge must be up and running. So Jeffan, you know, the commander-in-chief, I have kind of like failed him, because the time we should have finished this was the end of October. Exactly. Now we are in November. So I don't want to extend more days. Today is 19. Yes. So how many days do you think you can work here with all accessories, money, everything given to you?
Thank you very much.
President Hakainde Hichilema has urged women accountants across the country to support and uplift one another as they navigate the corporate world, saying their role is central to Zambia's economic growth. Speaking through Technology Minister Felix Mutati at a women's symposium in Lusaka on Thursday morning, President Hichilema says the accounting profession remains key in driving national development, especially in finance and governance.
And indeed you are saying that you cannot drive transformation without the key ingredients of one supporting each other's women, but much more important, believing in each other as women. Your strength, like lions, is to be able to hunt together, to kill together, to eat together. So remain that collective body, that collective professional body that is contributing to the transformation. I know you are doing a lot. You are doing a lot. You are building businesses as women. You are assisting in transforming the various institutions and companies where you are working from. You are also supporting, ensuring that our governance architecture, particularly that of government, remains on stream.
Under President Ishema's leadership, Zambia has seen a renewed emphasis on creating opportunities for women to participate meaningfully in economic and governance structures. This year's theme, Empowered to Lead, Women Driving Progress in Finance and Governance, is not only appropriate, but perfectly aligned with the head of state's vision of building a more inclusive, innovative, and accountable nation. It is also a call for us as professionals to harness the potential of women as drivers of transformation in finance and governance sectors. As Zika, we recognize the potential and applaud the initiatives undertaken by the AFRICA to transform this potential that is in the women into performance.
Our country relies on us to uphold transparency, strengthen internal controls, safeguard public resources, and guide institutions towards ethical and sustainable decision-making. Women accountants in particular have distinguished themselves through diligence, integrity, and strong ethical values. This is why our contribution to governance is indispensable. We are at a point in our nation's history where leadership is not just desirable, it is non-negotiable. This means that we need to be able to stand for the truth, even when it is uncomfortable or costly, promoting accountability in all institutions, protecting public interest, and ensuring that every quarter is used for its intended purpose. And for professionalism, we need to ensure that we are disciplined, objective, confidential, and consistent.
Government says the long-delayed construction of the Kashikishi-Lunchinda Road in Chiengi district will finally commence following completion of all contractual and environmental requirements by the contractor. Luapula Province Minister, Engineer Nasson Musonda, told residents during a district engagement meeting on Wednesday that the 72-kilometer stretch, neglected since independence, will be upgraded to bituminous standard at a cost of 2 billion kwacha, with a directive to prioritize local labor.
From Cherenge to Chinda was already commissioned, and we are waiting for the start of this work. Cherenge to Chinda was already commissioned, and we are waiting for the start of this work. I'm sure you have already seen how the road is. It is in bad shape, and I'm very sure if the rains come heavier than the way it is now, we shall be cut off. Then there is also another concern. We have the road from here to Lambwe Chomba, through the Mweru mountains. It is very, very bad, and this is why we had an accident of our soldiers, or some of them are already in Lusaka, and I don't know how they are faring now. So this road needs attention, especially we have very, very bad bridges along the same road. The RRD, which has been applied to work on the same road, they are moving at a very, very slow pace. It was just recently when the truck went in a certain river with a lot of maize. And because we don't have an information officer ready for us, I'm sure I did not even hear about it. Not only that, we still have urgent issues in the same Lamwetonga, where these dogs are biting people. It is there we need urgent attention of the same road, because it's very difficult for security officers to rush to the same scene. We also have an urgent issue in Lamwetonga hospital, mini hospital. We have no power there. Right now, even the solar batteries, they are completely worn out. We need power to be restored there, because we are having logistical challenges to take people to Kaputa, which is a bit nearer. Because taking people from Lamwetonga to this hospital is very far. So please, we need urgent attention on that, so that Lamwetonga is connected to ZESCO. At the same time, we need
project he has delivered as promised. But I know that people want to see the black surface, Amanenekela. That's when they will see that the road has been done. And much more so that this is a project where we saw 2, 3, 4 mobilization in the previous administration, previous government. So people believe that we are the same. Apparently, this is a methodical government. That's why it took us also time to even come and do the groundbreaking ceremony, because we wanted to make sure that there was money allocated towards the project. And so the people of Chenge, people of Unchelenge should take comfort that we are here to do this road and to do it fully to the benefit of our people. I also noticed that, and I'm putting the council secretary there, the council chairman here, you need to tell me why we should be passing through those pits at Mkunta area when we have equipment here under the council. Because you cannot tell me that if I were in my constituency in Kawambu, when I have at the council we have all these pieces of equipment, which indeed, this is a UPND run council here.
Zambia says it will continue working closely with the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, and the World Bank to strengthen health systems, both locally and within the region. Speaking during the closing of the 3rd Regional Advisory Committee meeting in Lusaka, Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary Dr. Kennedy Lishimpi says the country remains committed to collaborating on digital health initiatives and cross-border disease control, adding that Zambia will champion recommendations for a One Health Border Center in the region. The Non-Coordinating Council, NGOCC, has pledged to support women, youth, and persons with disabilities seeking political office in the 2026 general elections. NGOCC expressed concern over the persistently low representation of these groups at presidential, parliamentary, local government and cabinet levels, citing financial barriers and entrenched patriarchal and traditional norms. Reading a communique on behalf of female aspiring candidates, NDC President Saboyi Imboela said the initiative aims to galvanize support, build solidarity, and mobilize resources to ensure a more inclusive political landscape in Zambia.
We, the 15 female politicians drawn from different political parties, as well as independents, at the Mary Kazunga NGOC Secretariat in Lusaka, 20th November 2025, appreciating the diversity of ideologies among female politicians, acknowledging the importance of equity, equality, and non-discrimination in Zambia's democratic governance, observing that women persons with disabilities, and youth have been disadvantaged in participating as candidates in the country's governance, convinced that concerted effort among women is essential to address the historical underrepresentation of women in political participation, deeply rooted patriarchal and traditional tendencies that discriminate against women, persons with disabilities, and the youth, and very low levels of adoption of women, persons with disabilities, and the youth as candidates for elections deliberated and herein commits, irrespective of political affiliation, to jointly galvanize support and build solidarity for female aspiring candidates at all levels, avail ourselves to collectively raise financial resources to support female aspiring candidates before 2026 general elections. Throughout our shared experiences and aspirations, we, together with NGOCC, have been reinvigorated and strengthened, thereby bolstering our collective commitment to addressing the underrepresentation of women, persons with disabilities, and youth with renewed.
Power Dynamo's head coach Perry Mutapa says his team is on a mission. We go for a break. Details will follow thereafter.
Registration continues. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has extended the voter registration exercise for 15 days from Wednesday the 12th of November 2025 to Wednesday the 26th of November 2025. This is to capture as many eligible voters as possible. If you are 18 years and above, or if you will be 18 years on or before the 30th of April 2026, a Zambian citizen and in possession of the Green National Registration Card (NRC), you qualify to register. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. The following services will be provided: new registrations, replacements of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open daily from 8 hours to 17 hours including weekends. Note that the 15 days of voter registration exercise will have 3 phases. The first 2 phases will last 4 days each, while the final phase will last 5 days. To find open registration centers, check on the Commission's website. Follow the link ovr.elections.org.zm/deployment-plan or dial short code *214# on mobile phones, or visit any district registration centers or civic centers across the country. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
This November 22nd, something powerful is happening at Gospel Outreach Fellowship. It's the Entrepreneurs Exhibition and Marketplace hosted by the Women of Go Center Ministries. Come display, sell your products and services, connect with customers, church members, and fellow business women. Be inspired by real success stories from women just like you and grow together in faith and enterprise. Limited stalls available. Register now. Saturday, November 22nd, 2025 from 9 hours to 14 hours at Gospel Outreach Fellowship. Call 0975-361740, 0974-638108 or email dorinchaba@gmail.com. Don't miss it.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Mwah, mwah.
Young lady, where are you coming from?
Did Grandma call you?
Is that why you are late?
Yes. I escorted Grandma to replace her voter's card.
Don't lie, you just want to see your boyfriend.
You, Richard, behave.
But I thought the registration has closed.
No, actually, they have extended and they're offering new registrations, replacement of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards. So all those that have not yet registered can still go and register.
Okay, darling.
Can't shout over Namtale to go and register because she didn't.
Yes, the Electoral Commission of Zambia has extended the voter registration for 15 days. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. The following services will be provided: new registrations, replacements of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors, and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open daily from 08 to 17 hours including weekends. Note that the 15 days of voter registration exercise will have 3 phases. The first 2 phases will last 4 days each, while the final phase will last 5 days. To find open registration centers, check on the Commission's website. Follow the link ovr.elections.org.zm/deployment-plan or dial short code *214# on mobile phones, or visit any district registration centers or civic centers across the country. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
Power Dynamo's head coach Oswald Muntapa says his squad is on a mission ahead of their CAF Confederation Cup group stage opener against RS Berkane in Morocco this Saturday. Speaking ahead of the trip, Muntapa expressed confidence in the team's quality and depth, noting that while 2 players are injured, they are not part of the traveling squad, which he says is fully fit and ready for action.
Bamidele and Ishmael Yankova who have injuries, so the 2 are not part of the traveling party. But I still feel we have enough human resource to go and do the job.
Are you happy with the preparations? How have the preparations for this game been?
We have had so many games, meaning so stressful in terms of the bodies, but we have given them rest, and we have had 2 days of preparation even as we go, but I think the game against our rivals was in our mind, so we started preparation as we are playing those games.
So we are coming from facing 2 tough opponents in the previous stage, and the 2 results against ASEC Mimosa and Vipers, are they in any way a motivation as you go into this other fixture?
A motivation, yes, in terms when we are talking about the results that we recorded, but those results are water under the bridge. This is a different ball game. Playing away in Morocco, where we need to go and apply ourselves very well. So, yes, when we talk about the results that we recorded, it is a motivation, but playing a different ball game.
So RS Berkane are without a loss at home in close to a year now. Do you think that will play a role as you go into this game?
Just like I said from the previous question, the results are a motivation of what we got against Vipers and the ASIC. The same Vipers, they had not lost a game for quite a long time, I think 10 previous games at home. We made a result there. So football is it's what you put in and how much you want it. So yes, they have been home minus a loss, but we're a team that is on a mission to go and try and get a result.
Coach, what is your...
In case you missed it, the headlines once again. Alleged attack on Given Lubinda sparks outrage. ECZ rules out further extension of voter registration beyond 26th November. ZNS RDA begin construction of 23 million kwacha Acro Bridge in Shikabeta. NGOCC to boost women, youth, and disabled candidates ahead of the 2026 polls. Power Dynamos ready for CAF Group stage clash against RS Berkane, says Mutapa. Kondulani Jose, good evening.
Registration continues. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has extended the voter registration exercise for 15 days from Wednesday the 12th of November 2025 to Wednesday the 26th of November 2025. This is to capture as many eligible voters as possible. If you are 18 years and above, or if you will be 18 years on or before the 30th of April 2026, a Zambian citizen and in possession of a Green National Registration Card (NRC), you qualify to register. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. The following services will be provided: new registrations, replacements of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open daily from 8 hours to 17 hours including weekends. Note that the 15 days of voter registration exercise will have 3 phases. The first 2 phases will last 4 days each, while the final phase will last 5 days. To find open registration centers, check on the Commission's website. Follow the link ovr.elections.org.zm/deployment-plan or dial short code *214# on mobile phones or visit any district registration centers or civic centers across the country. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
This November 22nd, something powerful is happening at Gospel Outreach Fellowship. It's the Entrepreneurs Exhibition and Marketplace hosted by the Women of Go Center Ministries. Come display, sell your products and services, connect with customers, church members, and fellow business women. Be inspired by real success stories from women just like you and grow together in faith and enterprise. Limited stalls available. Register now. Saturday, November 22nd, 2025 from 9 hours to 14 hours at Gospel Outreach Fellowship. Call 0975 361740, 0974 638108 or email dorinchaba@gmail.com. Don't miss it.
baby
Hi,
girl.
Mom. Hi, Dad. Mwah, mwah.
Young lady, where are you coming from?
Did Grandma call you?
Is that why you are late?
Yes. I escorted Grandma to replace her voter's card.
Don't lie. You just want to see your boyfriend.
You, Richard, behave.
But I thought the registration has closed.
No, actually, they have extended and they're offering new registrations, replacement of lost, destroyed, or defaced voters' cards. So all those that have not yet registered can still go and register.
Okay, darling.
Can't shout over Namtali to go and register because she didn't.
Yes, the Electoral Commission of Zambia has extended the voter registration for 15 days. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. The following services will be provided: new registrations, replacements of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors, and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open daily from 08 to 17 hours including weekends. Note that the 15 days of voter registration exercise will have 3 phases. The first 2 phases will last 4 days each, while the final phase will last 5 days. To find open registration centers, check on the Commission's website. Follow the link ovr.elections.org.zm/deployment-plan or dial short code *214# on mobile phones or visit any district registration centers or civic centers across the country. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you and continues. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has extended the voter registration exercise for 15 days from Wednesday the 12th of November 2025 to Wednesday the 26th of November 2025. This is to capture as many eligible voters as possible. If you're 18 years and above,